Hi, Achal.
Hi, Sumit.
Can you start by sharing just who you are? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, so I am Achal Patel. I am the co-founder and CEO at EVA, and EVA is a software services and digital marketing services company. It was founded in 2011. We are a 13-year and now we are stepping into a 14th year as a services business, and we have been a team of 75 people so far, and um, running the company completely bootstrap in the last 13 years. So that's what I think is like uh, a thing that we are proud about. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It has been like a pleasure knowing you this year for me. We have been working together for this full year, entire full year.
That's nice.
So I just want to ask you, right? Can you share how was life before we started working together? Like both at work, in business, and outside of it?
Yeah. So so sometimes yeah, thing about life is funny thing or ironic thing about life is it's you don't consciously know about certain things unless you are put in that spot and somebody asks those questions. So I would say that before the coaching began, some things were realized, some things were completely unrealized because you never want to go in that zone and answer or even reflect upon those questions. So there were a lot of denials about certain things, I would say, in terms of my personal history, the company's history, and things like that. So I think that's how it was, where there were certain realizations and certain things were never touched the surface or never came
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the surface, kind of that way. Yeah.
Can you share a bit more about you said, right? These so many of these things were out of awareness, right? So
Yeah.
what happened in the, I think we had a few calls before even we started working together. Can you share a bit what happened that like brought them out, or like what led you to actually say like let's work together, something like that?
Yeah. So I think the first call itself, I was convinced. I think the approach, first of all, even before talking to you, it was a very warm, welcoming approach, saying that, okay, work or don't work with me. But if you can spend 1.5 hour with me, talking about uh, who you are, what you are doing, and how do you think and how do you work, kind of, that would be something that would then make us take the next step if you are willing to do it, or if you really like the way. So I am here to listen. So first of all, I think there is that people, all people say that it's always lonely at the top, and even the founders, CEOs are not very comfortable in sharing what they feel, because there's so many things that CEO goes through in the entire day. Forget about the life cycle of a company. So that first thing, that somebody's there to listen to you uh, without judging you, and just there to uh, be whatever you want to be, however you want to be, and I'm here to listen. That in itself was a comfort, where you feel, okay, I can go and share certain things. And definitely um, I think you did that in the first meeting. You patiently listened or heard everything what I had to say, and then also touched on certain uncomfortable points. Like I said, things that were not realized, which you brought on the surface, and then I felt, okay, I myself was denying these things internally, and now they have come on surface, and I know I have to work on them. So if this is the outcome of the first call, how will the entire year be? So that made me think on,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first went this way, then definitely the entire year. And I was not wrong about it. I mean, I was, it was right. And it was a wonderful, wonderful 1 year of coaching with you. Yeah.
yeah. I want to come to that wonderful, but right.
Yeah.
Uh, so this was not just like something which happened back just when we started, right? This was going on in your life. So can you share? Did you try anything else? Like, did you like how were you dealing with that without us working together? what else did you explore or tried or something like that?
Yeah, so I had told you this in one of our in the first call as well. My go-to person where I share or I'm very comfortable is my co-founder and my husband as well. So definitely, he knows a lot. We both know a lot about what we are feeling about the company, not just as husband and wife, but also about being partners running the same company. And it's very practical discussion that happens between us when we put the hat of a co-founder of the company and talk about the company. So that's what is there. But at the end of the day, that person is your husband, also your co-founder, a partner. And there are things where you feel that okay, sometimes I have to accommodate something, sometimes he has to accommodate some things about me, and you still go on with the things that are there. So that is what I had tried, and definitely we still keep on doing it. But then both are going through the same thing. So somebody has to step out of that, who is not completely attached to it, and then look at it from a third person point of view is what I think I was missing there. So that was one thing which made me, so that realization also came in my mind when I spoke to you in our first call. So that was there. Apart from that, what everybody tries, which is yoga, meditation, going on walks, things that I usually do. I'm a dancer, so I dance. So all these were the things to let out those things. But yeah, never a kind of therapy or a kind of open discussion with anybody apart from my husband and my co-founder, where you have been so open about discussing all the details of the company, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's come to today, right? Can you share how is your life now? Like what successes have you had? What has changed? Like very tangibly, what is different now?
Yeah. So I have told you this in multiple calls of us as well, that what has changed is I used to feel a little underpowered or less powerful, less confident, and not really committed to what as a vision we are trying to achieve, right? So when I say committed, it is like, okay, I wish this happens and hopefully this happens, were the words that I used to use before. Now I think it is and I've told you this again in multiple calls, that nobody can take away the feeling that I feel powerful, and that has been a part of our 1 year journey, the practices. And no matter how much we practiced about other things, but this one thing has not left me in the entire year, is I feel powerful, I feel confident, and I am committed. So these are the things that I think has changed in the 1 year, and this will stick to me forever, is what I have the feeling now.
Yeah.
This is what I'm being right now.
Yeah. Can you share what has changed in your life as a result, like both in personal life and at work? What have you done differently that you were not able to do before? And then what results have happened as a result of that?
Yeah. Professional life, work-wise, at the company, being powerful has helped me to take certain bold decisions. May it be firing an employee who is not performing, or it might be, not taking up or saying a no to clients that are not, or abiding to your terms, or even maybe exploiting you to a certain level. So saying no as a small business entrepreneur is very difficult, especially to clients, and also to the employees, because at the end of the day, as a small business owner, you have that thing that this person's payroll or household runs because of us, and then we are firing him, whatever is the reason. So that emotional factor used to come here. But then I very vividly remember one of your things, one of your sentence, that by doing this, you are not giving the justice to the company. So what is bigger, the employee, the client, or the company? And definitely that made me think that the company is bigger. I am also not bigger, or my emotions also not really those large when it comes to the company. So yeah, that's what made me act differently in such cases.
Yeah, yeah. And what did that change in the larger company in terms of like performance or culture or like even business results?
So yeah, in the employees, it is very clear now that if we don't perform, there is a process that's going to happen, and if that process kickstarts, I mean, this is part of, we send it as an email. So for the employees, they definitely know that if such kind of email is coming to us, that process is kickstarted, and that means I am on the verge of firing. So everybody wants that they don't receive that kind of email. So I think that has changed definitely in the culture, and not in a bad way. I mean, it's not fear that is there, but it's something that I don't want to give this reason to the company that I'm not performing. So it's in a good way, more so, rather than a fear getting instilled in them. So that has changed from adult and from a bird's eye perspective, and also I think my own perspective of looking at the clients has changed. The way I pitch clients, the way I talk to clients, or the confidence or the power that I bring on calls or in meetings with the clients has been really different, and that has made certain clients work with us as well, even though we have not shown relevant experience. But just because they see that whatever I'm speaking or talking, that's going to be something that I'm going to also cater in and translate into services, they have just trusted the word and the pitch that I have given, and then they have started working with us. So
Yeah.
and that has proven to be right for them. So that I think that's something that has really panned out well in, if you see the overall picture.
Yeah, yeah. And we have also worked on a lot of things which will happen in the future, right? Because you are a visionary, you are thinking big. So can you share a little bit about like the growth in terms of what has happened this year, and also like how has our work together impacted your dreams, impacted your ability to go after new dreams or new goals in the future?
Yeah. So to answer the first part of the question is how this year has been. This year has been full of roller coaster ride. There might be multiple reasons: elections, market, stock market being up and down, businesses, Europe, recession, war. Everything has affected IT businesses for sure. One thing it has not affected is our mindset to work. So that's, I think, is the biggest takeaway. And definitely, I both of us, as in me, Harshul, both of us are able to take bigger leaps. So the clients that we used to pitch before are no longer our desired clients. The desired clients have been gone to a different level, and that power or that fierceness to pitch these clients has come in. So tangibly, it has converted into a next level for the company, where we are no more pitching at the same level, and we are on to the next level. And definitely, I think that level also is going to increase in the next year immediately, rather than waiting for a 2-year roadmap, 3-year roadmap kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We have almost spoken every 2 weeks for the
Yeah.
entire year, right?
Yeah.
Can you share a bit more about how was that experience? Right? Because I know there were many uncomfortable conversations as well. And it's not, so I would leave it to you to share, and then maybe I have another question. But how was that journey? How was that experience of like meeting on a regular basis?
Yeah. So some things in that entire year of coaching, Sumit, have stuck, and those things have stuck in a way that they are so they're carved into your subconscious in a way that um, when I was in a really emotional stage and I was unable to express, you said that I am here to listen, to support, no matter even if I'm the last person on the earth, to support you. So that kind of thing, somebody saying, is a huge thing when it comes to any co-founder going through a lot of things in the business. So those kind of things in the mentorship they have, and this comes after an uncomfortable discussion. So I think your approach in that sense has been quite unique. You will start with what's been up with you, then you will try to deep dive into the actual realities of, or the actual thought process that I am going through, and why such language is coming. And when you deep dive, you make me uncomfortable. And then when I'm, of course, anybody getting uncomfortable is going to have a little bit of emotional setback, because um, everybody wants to be in comfort zone. It's natural, it's human. So when that discomfort comes, you extend a support, saying that I am here to, I'm here. I'm here to support you. So I think that entire, so if that is a gist of our bi-weekly calls, I think that's the exact cycle which you follow. And then the discomfort also makes you feel like, okay, he made us discomfortable or uncomfortable, but eventually it's something that he's there to support us, as well as this uncomfortable feeling was necessary for me to move on from my own mental blockers. So I think that overall cycle helped me in the entire year of our bi-weekly coaching. And definitely certain words, certain incidents that you have shared have stuck like a carved memory in my subconscious. So I think these are the two main conclusions or output that I see it from the coaching this year.
Yeah. What was something surprising that you got out of it, or something surprising that you didn't like also?
So something surprising was, I'm sitting in a cafe and crying, and I've never done. Crying in a public space is too much of an embarrassment, as well as shock, surprise, everything. And after that, so that happened, and I think that was it. The ice is broken now. So then it doesn't feel. And after that, surprisingly, I went to the same cafe and had a couple of client meetings in the same spot. So I think that ice breaker was needed, and it was okay. I mean, busting out or crying out loud in the public space or something is a taboo if you talk to like any common man. And I think I have overcome that. So that was surprising. I didn't like it at that point, but in retrospection, I felt that definitely that was needed, and I've overcome it as well. Where I'm very casually going to the same cafe and taking client meetings in the same cafe. So yeah, I think that's there. Another surprising thing was a lot of speaking the truth, because even though you are there, you make us give that support feeling where you are going to be there no matter what, to listen, but still you are sharing. It's never personal only or professional only. It's always a mix, and some personal things affect your professional behavior and vice versa. So I think sharing that with somebody apart from my husband was also a real, I won't say surprise, but again a discomfort to be done. And then I think the best part there was, you have always said that by sharing this, you are not being judged. You are not less powerful. I always see the power in you. I always see that visionary leader in you. So that, again, that's a taboo. We are bound by some ethics and, rule book written by society. And we just say that, okay, this cannot be shared, that cannot be shared. And that just felt more comfortable, that, okay, maybe sharing is not that of a bad thing, and sharing, especially at this level, when you're running a company and having so many things, and somebody there to support you, sharing is not something that can be qualified very generically under a taboo or something of that sort. So that's the two more main important things that I felt or realized.
Yeah. And I want to applaud you, right? Because it's not easy, right? It takes courage to open up to somebody else that you've never met or never like really opened up to anybody.
Yeah, yeah,
So this requires and I ask a lot, right? I'm also demanding
correct.
from my
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
both in terms of time, right? We have to meet regularly in terms of effort, both emotional effort and then actual real action,
yeah,
the ground and also the monetary component, right? So,
yeah.
what would you recommend to somebody who is considering, like, who is on the edge of working with me,
Mm.
given what you got out of it, but also that what it takes to participate in this experience?
Yeah, so definitely for those who are seeking to work with Sumit, it is a commitment. And I think you told me this in the on the first date itself. There were three non negotiables, which included all these points, right? You have to be on time, you have to attend the calls, and you have to be okay to be uncomfortable with me because I'm going to take you through that journey. And what is my role if I'm not making you uncomfortable? So these three things are going to pop up every now and then with every call with Sumit for the people who are planning to take coaching with him. And I think that's not a demanding thing. That's not even a bad thing at all. In fact, that is something which brings us to a very disciplined approach towards this coaching, because I see it as important as brushing your teeth daily. You brush for a reason, right? So, same, your mental space should also be in a hygienic manner. And that's what the coaching is helping you with. So, why is that not a part of the discipline? And I think the first, when we signed up, you asked me, and I was surprised at that also. Now give me a time and I'm blocking the calendar for the entire year. And I'm like, oh, I cannot guarantee for the entire year. Uh, I cannot block a calendar for entire year every alternate week. And he's like, no, if you are working with me, you have to block a time. I don't care. And you have to be there, and you have to make sure that you are attending those calls. And I think I have performed well in that sense, Sumit. I have been on time. Then I have made it a part of my disciplinary routine that if this is a time blocked in the calendar and I have to attend, I have to attend. Nothing else is, on top priority when it comes to the coaching call, because it is a place where I am preparing myself, my company for the future. So it is as important as my present.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, right? It's not just for me, but it's also for you, right? If you can bring that level of commitment to our work together, I'm sure that has impacted your business as well, your personal life as well, with
Yes.
like how you have grown just by that example, right? Being on time for every call for a full year.
Yeah.
Like that's huge. A lot of people never actually get there to have that level of commitment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. So as we wrap this up, right, is there anything else that you would like to share that maybe I didn't ask, but you would like to address that?
Uh, yeah. One thing which is where I actually made that decision that we are going with you as our mentor or coach is when I shared our vision about the company, which is where we want to bring Solapur, which is my hometown, on the global map via the work we do, and make it have a huge headquarter there, which is recognized all over the world. So that vision, people laugh at it because everybody is doing that in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi, Pune, Mumbai. And when you think about the same thing in two-tier city, it's a natural demotivational or discouraging statement that people make. No, okay, Solapur, no, it's a small town. Not going to happen. Is janam mein to nahi hoga. Those are the things. And not just people, friends or family members that you meet, but also IT veterans whom I keep meeting in networking events. They also have a similar perspective to it because everybody has made it big in other cities and of course abroad as well. So then believing in that vision, and believing that vision is not a foolish vision, or making me feel that's not a stupid like a wish list or I hope kind of thing, like a child has, that no, I wish I will be able to do this, or I wish I will be able to have this candy. It's not that kind of a thing. And everybody, to be honest, made us feel that you're looking for a candy like a child, which is just an imaginative thing, and that's not going to be, that's not a real vision as well. So I think that and you said very firmly in the first one or two calls, I remember, is why you're saying maybe we change the vision statement, or maybe or hope so were my words at that time, or language at that time. And you said you should believe in this vision, and this vision is huge. You should, and this is going to need you to be more powerful. So powerful. So why are you not believing in this vision? And you have to believe in this vision. That is when I felt that we align. And in fact, I told my co-founder and my husband as well that I think so far, whoever I have spoken, I feel Sumit is the most aligned person to what we are looking to achieve in future. And that is where I think we had concluded that definitely we are going to do this mentorship or coaching with this year. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me of like that call as well.
Yeah.
For me, it's very simple, right? If you have a dream, nobody has a right to convince you of otherwise. It might not be the easiest path. It might not be the most well-trodden path. But if you have a dream, then it is your dream, period, right? Then there is no other conversation required. And anyways, like the work that we have been doing, it's not about what is easy. It's about what is meaningful, what is like that we really want to do, and not just chasing business or results. And there's a lot more to that.
Yes.
So thank you, Achal. I think this has been a wonderful year, and I know like the best and best of results are yet to come for you. That you will produce beyond the business. I think you have a big role to play in the society out there. So I'm going to be supporting you. I'm going to be like watching your success, and I want to wish you all the best.
Thank you, Sumit. You have always been that way from the first day when we got to know each other. So, and I hope this continues. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect.